If you struggle to get great drum recordings because your drummer isn't the best studio drummer of the world and you don't know how to approach drum recordings, you don't want to program them, you don't want to hurt the drummer's feeling, which is a very important point, then I have a little tip for you that can rescue your drum tracks. Hi, I'm Stefan from Mix66 and in this video I will show you two techniques that I always use when I'm recording drums, so when I'm recording myself, I'm a drummer, that usually comes very handy when I'm then editing and mixing the drum performance. Because let's be honest, drum recording is one of the most difficult things to do, not only for audio engineers but also for drummers. Recording drums is like putting their playing under a microscope, so every little not so perfect detail of their playing will get magnified and it just doesn't sound as good as if you have a great world-class professional studio drummer. So we have to use some tricks when recording drums. I consider myself a decent drummer. I'm definitely not a bad drummer, but I'm also not the world's best studio drummer for rock and metal. So when I record things, I have to make a few adjustments to my recording process to get great sounding results. And I have to admit that I'm really happy with the results. Listen to the final drum sound of this drum recording. By the way, this is a cover of Blink-182's Anthem Part 2. You probably saw it, the video doesn't match the recording 100%. Why is that? Well, this was because I have not played the original take perfectly, but I have used two additional recording techniques after I have recorded the proper take that allowed me to be more flexible during the editing and mixing of the drums. So what I always do is, after I have recorded the main track, I record the track once again, but slower. Maybe 80 or 90% of the original tempo of the song. And I do this just one take is more than enough, there is no need for 10 takes. Why am I doing this? Well, usually when things are played slower, they are played more precise. I have to admit, that's not always the case, but usually if you slow down things, drummers are able to play their stuff more precise. And that's what we want out of this slower drum recording. This is not to replace the original drum recording completely, but if there are some fills or some parts that absolutely need some fixing and editing, it can be that it is impossible to fix it with the tracks recorded at original tempo. In that case, we can just take the slower recording, put it where the problematic area is and edit it up to tempo. You can either make it faster using some algorithms in your DAW, or you just edit it to grid like you would do a normal drum recording. That also works fine. And the second thing is to record samples of each of your drum instruments. So from all the shells and all the cymbals. You never know what you have to edit, so it's always nice to have some samples of the drum kit that you just recorded. It may be that maybe just one hit of the snare drum is off and you cannot take it from any other part of the recording, so it's nice to have a sample at the back of your session that you can use for your editing. Let's take a look at the session file of this drum recording to see what I have done. But first, let's listen once again to the final drum mix. You can see already here how much editing was needed to get that clean drum performance, and I absolutely have no problem in showing you this because I know my capabilities as a drummer, and I mean I have recorded a cover of Travis Barker from Blink-182, one of the best drummers out there, so I have no shame in admitting that I had to edit these things to make them sound properly. So right now you listened to the drum performance at original tempo, but I have also recorded a take at a slower speed. To make it more authentic, I will mute the samples that I've used for kick and snare. compare that to the original tempo. And as you can see, this looks like a massacre of drum regions. But as I said, I was only able to get a clean drum recording because I have recorded it slower and chopped the slow recording up to make it in time. Obviously, this was needed only for this fast verse. But I have recorded also the easier passages so that I have a complete slower recording. Once I have done that, as I said, I will record some samples of the drums. And I usually do it like that. I take every single piece of the drum kit and I start with slow hits and get faster as fast as possible, and then I slow down again. Let's take a look at the region where I done this. Why do I record my samples like this? Well, if you would just record 5 loud hits, but then you would need to edit a fast fill or anything, then if you have just loud hits, it will sound unnatural. By recording also faster hits, I'm able to get natural sounding replacements during the editing process. And as I said, I do this for all the parts of the drum kit. So with these 2 additional recordings, I get a much better final drum sound. You could also try to record the slower version first, so the drummer gets a feeling for the song, so maybe then he will perform the original tempo better. You will have to figure out together with your drummer what is the best solution for you. But anyway, I would really encourage you to try out these 2 techniques. It will give you a lot of flexibility when editing your drums, and you will be able to fix bad drum recordings that won't be fixable otherwise. I hope you have learned something today, and if you want to have top-notch drum samples, then just click the link in the description and you can download my drum samples for free. If you would like to see more videos about music production, then subscribe to this channel and see you next time. Bye.